So, this is my NXT review. I had to record this again, but well, let's just go like quickly to what happened on the show. I think the Jada Parker and Lash Legend stuff is good. They had a good match. I think in the end they're continuing this feud because Lash won and Jada then just hypnoted her, through the barricade. I think it's fine. It's just that I don't understand what the Nia Jax business was. She wasn't taken off SmackDown. She was on NXT. She disappeared for 2 weeks. She came and she beat Lash because of Jada, and now she's just gone, which I don't think has really helped her do anything, in my opinion. Lash Legend. I think with the fatal influence stuff, I think making Lola the champion is probably the right thing to do, because where do you take this JC Jane story? Because clearly, like, Blake Monroe is like now still in the feud against Jordan, which in a way Jordan is a sore loser because Blake didn't use any like cheap tactics to defeat her. She's just mad that she didn't beat her and she's still obsessed with her. Because this was the first time that Blake Monroe actually by herself attacked Jordan from the front, still got bloody in the end. Like Jordan, the way she like hit that fucking hand on Callie Armstrong was great. I think this feud is also gonna go. I think even probably beyond No Mercy, because this is going to be a three-match feud. This is going to go for a while. And the thing is with that, I don't. You cannot have Jordan win because she has lost so many times. I think whenever they see that the opening is there on the main roster, they'll probably get Jordan Grace here. So she's not a guest in She's a guest essentially right now in NXT. She's just that. So I think Lola is probably the right candidate for them to lose her championship against Blake Monroe. I think in a feud, it will really work well. Their feud, it will be kind of a stereotypical feud, but I think it would work. I think you should have probably send Fatal Influence to SmackDown. The tag team division will improve. Your mid card needs more people. I think it needs more faces, but even then, Charlotte and Alexa Bliss will have challenges. Tiffany will have some challengers. Fatal Influence, I think if you expand it a little bit, they can be kind of like the heater division, the heater tag team, the heater stable for the women's division. Going forward, I think the stuff that they're doing with Ethan and Tavion, for Ethan, it's fine. Tavion is they're not giving him an opportunity to, show his personality, different aspects of his personality. Now his personality is just a unidimensional, single beat, proud American, which I think they have boxed him in. He's still a great wrestler. It's just that they should hope the town where they're gonna have this flag match, they should hope that they don't do what the Canadian crowd, or not the Canadian crowd, the Heat Wave crowd did to Tavion, because he's talented, but you're putting him in a box. Then, aside from that, you had the Speed Championship tournament in a good match. Candice LeRae versus Zaya Brookside. It was a return for Candice LeRae to NXT. Zaya Brookside, who is like one of TNA's hottest prospects. In the end, Candice won, and she is progressing in that tournament. Speaking about Candice, you had DIY return, which I think is fine. I think you had mellow chants there, you had Trick insulting them. They did not talk that much. I think the thing that we have to see, are they there for a short period or are they there for a long period? Because also, they can be faces on NXT at the same time they can be heels on SmackDown. The thing is, maybe they have sent them to NXT maybe because they don't have anything for them, and also because maybe they want to give tag teams like Los Garzas a little bit of TV time in the tag division. Maybe, let's see. I don't know how this feud will work. Will Trick Williams defend his TNA championship at No Mercy against both Johnny and Tommaso. Let's see what happens with that. Also, you had Josh Briggs and Jevon, talking stuff. The crowd did not give a shit about Josh. In the end, Jevon was an idiot and he got into the words of Josh Briggs, got booted in the face, and they're essentially like doing this story that Jevon is still very, not mature enough. And you had Josh Briggs destroying Chase U, beating Andre Chase after Andre Chase gave him the worst looking kicks. Andre Chase also had his first singles match after he had it against, I think, Rich Holland at no at Halloween Havoc. Also, you had then, I think, uh, the I think the show overall was fine. It was nothing special, but it was not bad. Everything moved, like every storyline moved. You had good matches there also. You also had, Dark Side versus Hank and Tank and Oba and Ricky Saints. What happened in the match was Oba and Ricky Saints got into a brawl, which essentially eliminated them from the match because they just brawled and went out of the ring, went out of the arena. Hank and Tank had already tagged in. It looked like they were gonna lose, but then maybe the funniest thing happened because I think one of the Dark Side members had Tank in a chokehold and was like, "No one is gonna save you," and it was like, "Joe Henry," and then Joe Henry, I don't know from where, great camera work by the way, I don't know, showed up on the apron. They got distracted. Then Hank and Tank pinned Dark State and won. So probably a rematch is set up. And Joe Henry, I don't know what his role is right now, but now he just is like, I think he's kind of like the boogeyman. When boogeyman just showed up unexpectedly, did nothing, and went away. Joe Henry is a much more funnier version of that. I think overall the show was fine. I would give it 3 out of 5. Let's see what happens forward. So that was my review. If you like this type of content, like this video, share and subscribe. If you don't, then share it with those who do. My social media accounts, which are my Twitter/Shax account and my Instagram account, links are in the description. So go follow me on that. My UPI ID link, which is ShabBoy@OKICICI, is also in the description. So go donate any amount of money which can help me make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it for me for today. So thank you. Goodbye. Alvida.